Well, hello everybody. Welcome to another exciting edition of Psychic Sundays Live with your host, Psychic Sally Diane. How you doing, Sally?
Um, well, I broke my wrist, folks.
Well, how are you going to shuffle those cards tonight?
I'll manage. So I'm probably going to do it very clumsy. So you'll just have to pardon me about that. So anyhow, we did have a couple of, boy, I think that I need to switch to the runes actually. Or we could do it like I do the pick a card. That's what we're going to do, folks. We're going to do it like the pick a card.
Or how about I shuffle the cards?
Okay, so
The simple method.
the simple method. So I did fall this week and I did dislocate a bone in my wrist, and so I have the cast. I think I'd like to have it signed. You remember they used to do that? Do they still do that?
Yeah, if you're 7.
Aw, shucks. Well, it's my first time ever having cast.
So you're like 6 decades past on
I'm
that
six
one.
decades past that one. Okay, well, anyhow.
There you go.
So the first one is from High Priestess Tarot. And
Wasn't there any email questions?
oh yes, there were two.
Oh.
And we're going to start with Cindy's. And Cindy wants to know about her December. So she wants to read for December. And so let's see how Cindy's December goes. Okay, so it starts out a little hectic, like right here, and I think you feel like everybody else is kind of pulling you in different directions, so you don't really feel in charge of things here, not as much as you'd like to be. So you have so many other things to consider, and then just when you got things all planned out, you've got this one holdout, this one thing that's kind of holding you down in mid-December. But come hell or high water, you are going to get on the road. You are going to do traveling. It is going to be a bit like herding cats, but I do see you traveling in December. So you will reach your goal. And thank you for sending the email, and thank you for watching. And we did get one more email, and this would be from Brother Chris. And to start out, he gave me 3 cards that he drew from his tarot deck, and I love it. I love it. I'm glad that you're using your deck. You need to know, though, that I don't interpret other people's cards, although I fully believe that you need to lay them out and maybe leave them laid out. And just give yourself a bit to let it go, and then look at them with fresh eyes. Because that's your tarot deck talking to you in a way that you can understand. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to take my own look at Monday, because that's what your question was. And I can't tell you what your cards, what your tarot cards are trying to say to you, but I can tell you what mine are trying to say to me. Okay, first off, you've got the King of Coins reverse. So the first thing is that you can't look needy. That's just the feeling that I get. Sometimes when something's about money, if you look like you really need money, then it kind of runs away from you. Money's like that. All right. The 8 of Cups, but it's the 8 of Cups reversed. So that's an interesting card to have there. It feels like life is trying to push you forward towards something, and you're resisting. Let's see how that works out for you. Actually not too bad. Because overall, there's a lot of ways you could go south on Monday, but the cards are leaning way toward you getting your wish. This is a wish card. It ends on a very positive note. So be confident. And thank you for writing.
All right, and we're switching to the rooms now.
We're switching to the rooms, folks.
Otherwise, this is just going to take too long.
Seriously, it's going to take too long. So you'll have to pardon the noise that the runes make, which it's just as well because I will be putting up my runes up for sale on eBay for anybody who would want one of these sets of runes. And they are made with a clay, a white clay that has kyanite in it, so they're always cleansing themselves. They all have positive energies, and they come with a handmade bag. So everything about this set of runes was done by me, including the book that comes with it. So they will be on eBay, and I will post the details on my Facebook page. Okay, so...
All right, our first question is from the High Priestess. What does the High Priestess need to know for December?
Okay, and the runes say... The middle is really good. You notice that these are all turned over. This, if you were going to look at the whole month of December, this would be right around Christmas. And you got Gebu, which means gift. You also have Isa, which is ice. And I read them as being quite literal. So you do get some good gifts this Christmas. It feels like maybe an unexpected gift. But also know that you might be snowed in, so the weather might keep you in between Christmas and New Year's. Make sure your shelves are stocked. Nice. I think that maybe you've been away from your family for a while, because as December starts, it looks like you're communicating with your family a lot more. You know, whether we're talking about your mom, your sisters, your aunts, something like that, it really feels like it feels like women talk. So there's that, and I do see a little spark here. I don't know whether it's going to turn into a flame before Christmas, but I do see a bit of a spark here. There's a torch and there's a horse, which it talks about symbiotic relationship, but I got a feeling of these two working together. So there's somebody there that's, a maybe. Maybe, baby. Okay, and then as we look into toward the end of December, and that would be like right after Christmas, you do see some of the, it's kind of like you have a lot of feelers out there. You have a lot of lines out there, and I see you getting a nibble on one. So I see an opportunity that you've asked for coming back around and coming your way. So looks like you have a pretty good December according to the runes.
And our next question comes from Joanne, who's looking for a reading for the rest of December. Joanne, it's only December 3rd. You want to know about the next 28 days already? Oh my. What does Joanne need to know?
Okay, so what Joanne needs to know for December is that it does look like, you got a lot of family there, and it looks like you've got some hotheads in your family, because I get this feeling that every year there's some sort of a debate that goes on, and it's there this year too. The one thing that is different about this Christmas is you, Joanne. For some reason, you go into this Christmas season and the usual Christmas holidays with a different outlook. You come in a little bit more confident, but a little bit more politically savvy. I don't know how else to put it. It's like for some reason this year you stand a little taller, and amongst your peers you're able to get more cooperation. So your powers of persuasion are full force. There's also something here about a baby. So you are going to get news of a pregnancy. Okay. So there's December for you, Joanne. And who's next? Lala
And
Loopsy.
yeah, I was looking for love in December.
Oh boy. You would ask the week that I'm using the runes. That's okay. Yeah, there you go. There's your love in December. Oh, you've got somebody around you right now.
Your 5 best friends.
That's one. Honestly, sorry, folks. Sorry, children. Okay, so anyhow, Lala Loopsy, I do see something around you. So there is this idea of there is somebody around you. This is the hug room. So you do have a budding relationship that's already there. It looks like it's doing all right, but there's a reminder there that you need to have that two-ness, that symbiosis. So make sure that it's not all one person's way. If you're getting your way a lot, you got to start asking the other person how they feel about things. So then once we get around Christmas, Christmas is pretty good. There's just this reminder at the end of it. And as you get past the holidays, which kind of puts everybody in a honeymoon phase, that you have to start thinking of the future. Because Nothus is there, and Nothus talks about constraint. So there's this idea that that's the time to be an adult. But overall, leading up to Christmas, it looks pretty good. And after that, it's up to you. So.
And next we have Ashley, who's looking for guide messages. When I get out the old seat there.
Yes.
Oh, a little drink of your water.
Mm-hmm.
Patricia, would you know what to do with that?
Do with what?
You look at there.
Oh, I haven't gone down far enough.
It's what he said. I'm giving myself a 2 on that one.
I would have to say. I would definitely have to say that. Sorry, folks. All right, so let's see. And we're at Ashley,
Yep.
who wants to know if there's any messages from her guide.
Yep.
And I would be happy to look at that. And as usual, I use the Rudrashka seed. Oh. And okay. Okay, so your guides are sounds like a mother talking, but the first thing your guides are talking about is keeping warm. And so anytime you go any place this winter, make sure that you have an emergency kit, with the water, the blanket, the flares, the candy bars, of course the candy bars. So, but always make sure you have a way to keep warm. Maybe always make sure you have an extra blanket close by. They also say relax and enjoy the holidays. I think you might worry too much. Okay, so let's see who's next.
I recommend those Toblerone chocolate bars. You'll be eating those, you'll be cleaning those out of your teeth for 6 hours. Give you something to do while you're freezing to death.
Okay.
Kangan wants a reading for the week.
Okay, so reading for the week for Kangan.
Kangan.
I said that.
Maybe next week. No, you missed the end again.
Kangan. I'm sorry, Kangan. Okay, so we want to know a reading for this week.
In all fairness, we used to have a friend named Kagan.
So, this week starts out dealing with the unknown. And I don't know how else to put it. I think that as you come into the beginning of the week, there's a lot of things that you're not really fizzing into. You need to pay close attention to who's partnering off and who's friends with who. So you've got a lot of politics happening around you. And this is a time for you to start making plans for the future. And most importantly, you need to come up with a plan B for transportation. If you have your own car, you need to take it in for servicing and have the tires looked at. And if you rely on the train, look at what the bus schedules are. Always have a plan B, because it looks like if you don't, you might get stuck. It tells me that you can't plan enough for the next few weeks, for this week. So be very aware of everything's going on around you, especially that whole politics thing. And then when you get around to the weekend, as you get close to the weekend, it looks like there's love around you, my dear. You are going to get a date, or it says an offer of love. So that's why I see it as being a date of some sort. So overall, probably a pretty good week. Just need to be extra aware and extra alert on Monday and Tuesday. Okay.
And next we have next Patricia here. She'd like a love reading.
A love reading from Patricia.
Yeah.
My.
She thinks she knows what to do with that.
Oh, okay. A love reading for Patricia. Okay. That feels about right. Ooh. Wow, you've got some pretty serious runes here. Patricia, it looks like right now you're still dealing with past issues. And so I think that there might be somebody here that you haven't quite let go of. And it's still very much a love-hate relationship. And you might be showing mostly hate and contempt, but there's this underlying love too. So yeah, you're still working on those issues, because it just says this is a good time to focus on family issues, and probably listen a little bit closer to what your family has to say. But it does say that I don't think you're going to have the love of your life before Christmas. I'm sorry, but I do think that you're going to have something new over the winter. And he says here, but it's toward the end, and I just get kind of a March snow feel to it. So I think it's after the winter cold snap. Okay.
Yay. There you go, Patricia. Love is in the air. Well, in a snowflake anyway.
Oh.
Stop hurting my aunt.
Yes.
I'm not the one that isn't lifting her feet when she's walking.
Yeah, I tripped over a mat, and down I went.
Yeah, not like a raised doormat or anything. Just one of the industrial walk into a restaurant doormats.
I could trip over a sigh.
The non-slip kind.
I slipped on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will.
New Love wants a general reading for the rest of December. There's another one who doesn't realize it's only the 3rd.
Well, you know. Ooh, okay. So we start out December and we have Kenaz, which is torch, and we have Awaz, which is a hunter. And so it looks like during December, when you look at the first part of December, you're actually doing pretty well for yourself and taking care of yourself and finding your own direction. So there's this idea of being fiery and independent and looking forward and moving forward with your life. But as you get around Christmas, I think that maybe an old boyfriend or somebody that you'd like to reconcile with shows up because it just has this feeling of the same old thorn in your side. And you know what I think about reconciliation. Ooh, okay. So I do see your She-Ra side winning out, even though you are going to have somebody coming in that's kind of been a thorn in your side. I do see you kind of shedding that person because when we get around Christmas time, the holidays are going to be an absolute blessing. And it just feels like the word blessing keeps coming through again and again and again. And they're just showing me, basically the Bifrost Bridge. And it's complicated, but I do see that you're going to enjoy Christmas. You're going to enjoy the holidays a lot more than you have in a long time. So overall, it's a good December.
All right. Wow, look at all that. Next, we have Son, who's wanting to know about Will. What does Will think of me as a woman and a lover? Is he attracted to me, like, from all angles? Can't you just ask him yourself? Wouldn't that be so much easier? I don't know. I think it would.
Yeah, because, first off, you say a woman and a lover. So you've gotten to the lover status with him. And when you get to that point, you need to go with a little bit of confidence there. Okay? Because at this point, that lack of confidence is going to be very not sexy. And it sounds to me like you would like him to continue being your lover, his lover. So I gotta say, show your confidence side, which is not this. Having said that, though, there's no reason why I can't pull a few runes on what's going.
Yeah, let's see how Will's feeling instead of us.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, well.
What are you flipping those other ones over? There's obviously an X that's in the way. Hello.
Well, yeah. Yeah, but, that's a really good rune. That's serendipity.
Oh, X spells X in any pie books.
So, sorry. This is really interesting because if you look at this rune is a combination of this rune, which is this is Kin. And this is Othilla, which is homeland. And this is Gebu, which is gift. And it looks like when I look at this, it looks like Will sees you as a gift. I'm telling you, be confident because it's yours to wreck. It's yours to ruin. And there's this idea of blessings. And so he does, there is something very serious here. There is a want to know you better. There is a want here to be grounded. Okay. And he is kind of a homebody kind of guy. But if he starts to see jealousy or this lack of confidence or this, do you think I'm pretty kind of stuff, that's not going to fly with him because he's down to earth. So just be confident. Instead of worrying about how he feels about you, just be his friend. you enjoy being with him, enjoy being with him.
Alrighty then. The High Priestess would love to learn to read the runes.
Well, I do
What's
have.
stopping you?
Yeah, you just need to study them.
Yeah, just do not buy a book by a certain prolific author who's been writing them for 17 decades.
Yeah. I would suggest
Bloom.
anything by Freya Answar, who is
Freya, right?
Freya. Yeah.
Well, just making sure they understood what you said there, because
Yes.
my ears are going, you got my bad ear.
Yeah. Freya Answar. And she's quite old now, but one of her books, which she's rewritten a couple of times, it started out as The Leaves of Yggdrasil. I don't know what it is now, but she is probably one of the most prolific writers about the runes, and she has this really good understanding, because runes have a light side and a dark side, and you kind of have to, you have to take the good with the bad with the runes. Okay. I personally, with my set, there is a a little book that I've written on the runes, and that comes with my set of runes, and that gives you kind of a little bit of a background and a cheat sheet. It gives you enough to get started anyway. But that would be my advice to you, and pick a good set of homemade runes. Handmade runes are so much better than the stamped cookies. They call them cookies. They're the little white plaster runes, and those aren't any good. Get something natural and handmade, and then treasure them as a piece of art. Okay, so let's see what else it says. The High Priestess.
Whoa. It's 8:30, 9:30.
Oh, okay, so
we're going to do the pick a card now. We'll be right back, folks. And now it's time for Pick a Cards. This is where Sally draws 3 cards. You pick one of those cards ahead of time, and the reading for that card is your reading for the week. Let's go.
yes, and which card are you going to pick? Card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3? So what's it going to be for this week? 1, 2, or 3? So if you pick card number 1, your card for this week is the Ace of Cups reversed. And so that says to me that you might have a, there is a new beginning around you, but there might be a bit of a false start before you really get into it, or you might have some delays. But a new beginning is here. Did you pick card number 2? Well, if you pick card number 2, then your card for the week is the Emperor. And that would be key 4. And this is about having stability and roots around, down around you. This is a good week for career. And I do see you getting looked upon favorably from somebody in a position of authority. Did you pick card number 3? Well, if you pick card number 3, then your tarot card for this week is the Page of Wands reversed. And the Page of Wands reversed says that there are opportunities for you, but they come along with responsibilities and basically learning the rules. So it says, before you sign up for anything, make sure you know what you're signing up for. So try not to be too impulsive this week. Thank you very much.
All right, that was another episode of Pick a Card. We'll see you guys next week. And back to our regular scheduled programming of, what are we doing?
Well, we're looking at High Priestess Tarot. Her parents are coming for a visit and staying for the holidays. Oh, you have my sympathy.
They're
Oh,
her parents, not her in-laws. Yeah.
okay. So let's see what the runes have to say about her. Her.
That wasn't a question. She had her question.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
she wanted to know about love, I think.
Yes. Aw.
Yvette Braggs wants to know about her finances. Will she receive them this week?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That sounds good. Let's see.
And a shopping we will go, and a shopping we will go.
Okay, so they are going to make you wait. So I don't think it's going to come on Monday or Tuesday. It does talk about cooperation. And so it would help if you kind of checked up on them and made sure that you have dotted all your I's and crossed all your T's. Oh, good. And yeah, you need to follow through and make sure that you dotted all your I's, crossed all your T's, because the details can turn you around. And it does look like in order to get your finances, you are going to have to do the paperwork correctly. Although by the end of the week, it looks like you do have some good news there. So if they don't come through this week, you will have a promise of win. And there is something about family here, because Ken shows up. But it feels to me like some of the finances needs to go to somebody in your family. And so that somebody in your family is going to get their finances as well. So if not this week, it's not going to be too much longer, and you will have a date. You will know when.
Amisha is new here. Well, how about some applause?
All right, Amisha. Hi. I hope did you remember to subscribe?
But she didn't ask a question, or he didn't ask a question, or they didn't ask a question. I'm confused.
Yes. And Patty's right. Please like. Hello, Banafsha. Oh, isn't that pretty? I love those emojis. So many.
What should I look forward to during the holidays?
Okay. Well.
Gaining more weight and going, oh, I shouldn't have ate that last piece.
Oh. Isn't that the best? And pumpkin pies is more whipped cream than pumpkin pie.
Oh, I'm about to be sick.
Okay.
It's a vegetable. Enough with turning vegetables into sweets, all right? Zucchini bread is wrong. Carrot cake is just an excuse to eat cream cheese and sugar.
Yummy.
You take that cream cheese and sugar away, nobody will ever eat carrot cake.
Yeah, I know about that. Anyhow.
You want to give that a shot? I'm going to start bringing home carrot cake without cream cheese and sugar.
Well, I didn't say I'd eat it.
See how much of it I throw out.
All of it. Okay. Banafsha, you have, you're not going to get to do as much travel as you'd like. But I do see that during this, that you are going to be happy. You have Wunjo, which is joy, which is victory. So you are going to have a pretty good holiday. There is something about love and relationships here that goes good over the holidays. So I hope you get something going that you can keep going into the new year, because it looks like it's something that's starting and growing, and it does look like you're having. You've got Fehu, which is wheat, which is prosperity. So you are going to have a nice Christmas. You are going to be in opulent surroundings. So, happy holidays.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes. Hi, Glenifa.
Glenifa wants to know about the rest of December.
Okay. Glenifa wants to know anything for the next 3 weeks. Well, ends with family. You have Ingu's here, which is kin.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I know it's corny. All right. The usual annoyances. I think that maybe you don't really appreciate the snow or winter or something along those lines, because this feels like it's annoyance with something you really can't do anything about.
In-laws.
In-laws, the in-laws, outlaws, whatever you want to call them. But most of December, and for the most part, other than the usual annoyances, having more contact with family and old friends, and people are just more lovey-dovey, and it looks like there's lovey-doveyness around you. So that's what you have to look forward to in December. It's overall going to be a good December.
And remember, folks, treat yourself.
Always.
Get a bottle from the top shelf.
There you go.
All right. Hi, Susie.
How you doing?
Welcome back, Yahweh's child. Yahweh's child wants to know about good blessings coming toward them in family, work, or love. All right.
Okay. I do see you being able to get a new car. Whether this means that you have a windfall coming your way or something, but it does feel like there's a victory, and part of this victory is getting a new car. And the holiday seasons are always competitive with your family, but it shows you kind of being on top of things is this season coming up. As far as the new beau, it looks like you're in a good, confident position. So that's the new beau you're going to have to do for yourself. People are more receptive over the holidays to a kind set of eyes and a nice smile. All right.
Okay. Susie wants to know about surprises before Christmas. You mean beside that sprained ankle?
All right, so you asked if there were surprises. You are going to get a surprise job offer. I know you've been looking for something to come your way, and I can feel you squealing and saying, "Oh yes." And it is a blessing. There's this bit about the truth working for you, which that's good. And this one kind of came out as an afterthought. Oh yeah. You do have a job coming through for you, and it's something that you had a good feeling about before, and you think it's passed you by, but it comes back around. So yeah, there's your surprise. Say yes. It would be nice to be re-employed in a good way.
And our next question comes from Jarvis Pie. Hello, Sally. Can you please tell me about me and my partner? We are in separation. Can you please tell me if he's my life partner? We don't need the runes for that. I can answer that. If you're in separation, obviously not. Hello?
Yeah, that's...
I mean, the glue has come apart. The end. Move on.
Okay.
You're torn, eh?
I'm torn. I kind of know what they're going to say, because he's usually pretty good about that stuff. And, it starts with the issues of pregnancy and baby. So I think that part of this separation may have been around not seeing eye to eye about family issues like pregnancy and baby. So maybe, yeah. Um, you know, it's scary when you put a lot of time in a relationship. You feel like you have an investment in it. But the runes are saying, as much as, think about how much of this is actually habit. Because they're saying think about the future without him. Just think about on your own. Because you're not afraid of being alone, you're afraid of change. And you're afraid that if you don't hold on to this one, there won't be somebody else for you. But there will. And it says, really think about it right now. It's part about the being in separation is you weren't exactly happy with him either. And whatever his problems are not going to go away. And especially when the runes say you got to think about whether you really want to spend the rest of your life with this guy. Do you really want that? And is he going to walk out on you at really important times? Can you rely on him? And it's kind of like all those things. The runes are really saying, when you really, really think about it and you really sort it out, the truth is you'll be better off without him.
Okay, and next we have Divine Oracle Podcast. We haven't seen them in a while. Welcome back.
Hello.
How will my co-host be for the rest of the week with her healing?
Oh, let's see. Okay, so it's that. Go together. So part of this is a recurrent problem. So it's kind of the old problem coming back. The good thing is they know what to do. She has the people around her to support her. So that's the blessing there. Whether or not she's up for a podcast, I think she's going to want to wait for a while. Just because there are a lot of things going on around her. And it's not just a health thing either. It's a family thing as well. And I can see that because I'm sure that her home is the hub of family activity. So I'd let her have another week or so, and let her come to you when she's well enough, because it's like I said, it's more than just a physical healing. Okay, so.
Okay. Next we have Cool Libra. Welcome back, Cool Libra. Will culinary school be a success for me or no?
Okay.
Yes, it will, but you don't know anything.
That's pretty much well it. But you're on the right track, and you have, you're there with. Okay, you just have to remember that what they do and what they teach you and how they teach you is actually meant to help you. Even though it seems like sometimes they're rather abrasive. Kitchen's a hot place to work. And you need to deal with that. You need to deal with high stress atmosphere. But it does look like you're with the right teacher. So, yeah, I do believe that culinary school will be a success for you. But with the Keenaz, the Keenaz reminds me that it's always up to you. Because it is a challenge, and you have got to be up to that challenge every day. And so long as you're up to that challenge, you will be a success. So you have it in you.
Yeah, I think you're going to be very successful. I think you're going to love it. But you do have to remember that how they teach you is because of a reason. I remember, and I spent 20 years in the restaurant industry. And I remember one chef in particular, anytime I went to him, it's like, I haven't made this dish before. Can you tell me what's in it? And he would give me a list of ingredients, and that's it. No measurements, no technique, just a list of ingredients. I said, okay, then what's the flavor profile on that? And he would tell me. And that's all I had to work with. And you don't do that from watching YouTube videos.
Okay, Live Life wants to know, does the lady at work with braids like me? She was standing very close to me. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'd say yeah. Say that yes, she does. Interesting. Okay, so it starts off with constraint. And so I don't know what her issue is. Like
they're at work.
Yeah. And so there's just like this hint of inappropriateness. Like, I wonder what
it's called HR.
Yeah. And that's what I worry about too, is just, it's not whether or not she likes you. I think that you've got a two-way attraction going there, which is fine and dandy. It's just the boundaries thing worries me a bit. Well, like I said, there's a two-way attraction going on here. So you need to take her out to coffee, but just tell her in the meantime, look, we kind of have to keep our distance at work. But you want to know if she likes you? Oh boy, does she ever. And that's fine because you like her too.
Woo! All right, we got a sound for that. So 79. Will I be in a relationship next year with Ali, the Virgo, or somebody else? Why aren't you in a relationship with Ali, the Virgo now? What's holding you back?
Virgo men are a pain in the ass.
And?
Okay, so you were asking if you would be in a relationship next year, and it's good that you said that, because I get this feeling between Suelu, which is the sun, and Ansus, which is, it's a rune of the ancestors, but I really get a feel of Easter around here, and Easter is the time of resurrection and that, and then it's also a time when we come together with our family, and maybe even think of those who have passed. But I do see love coming in the spring when the sun returns. And it's there is a little bit of travel, so it might be a bit of a long distance relationship. And I don't get the feeling that it's like halfway around the world, but maybe, there is some travel there. And I can see that with the love is here, the fire is here. This is a relationship where you're close enough to each other that there's passion, a lot of it. And like I said, it starts right around the Easter. It starts once the snow's all gone and things are starting to get warm. Awesome.
Okay. Who is next? Well.
Oh, Marcy. 30 degrees. Oh. That's 30 degrees Celsius, folks. It is hot.
Yeah,
it's
but there's
90.
Mosquitoes and alligators and snakes and all the all the free seafood you're willing to catch out of the ditch. Right, Bobby? All right, I think our next question comes from Sonia, who's looking about finances. Are they going to get better this week?
Okay. I think you're taking a short-sighted look
Yeah,
at a long-sighted problem. Let's see. Well, actually, yeah. The short question to that is yeah. because you've got Gabu and it's a gift, and there's a little bit of success, but something's coming in pretty fast. And it does feel like maybe something that you were expecting, but then you weren't expecting, because it feels like it's a little unexpected, but there's happiness with it. Yeah, you've got somebody has a change of heart, a change of mind about you early on in the week. So maybe an opportunity that that you've been blocked from comes through. But you ask if your finances get better, and yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Next, we have Braveheart. Can I get a general reading for next year? Braveheart, that's a full hour-long reading that you got to pay for, pal.
Yes.
So let's see what Braveheart needs to know right now.
Okay. What does Braveheart need to know right now? And
you know what? I know what they need to know. How to make an appointment with you.
yes, if you live close to Stratford, Ontario, I would suggest coming to see me in person at the spa near the tracks. And the number there is 519-272-1293. Or I do readings online, and to arrange a reading online, send an email to info@sallydiane.com, and I can give you a reading over the computer. Whether we're looking at Messenger video or Skype or Zoom, whatever you want to know, whatever you want to use. But let's see.
How about chat groups and Merc? You remember those?
Oh my goodness! Yes, I'll slap you with a trout.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
So what are we doing there for
we're looking at
still?
Braveheart.
Yep.
Just see what Braveheart needs to know most in the short term, and what you need to know most is that family is a blessing. Family is strength. So you know it's kind of like this is where you need to put your attention is family and home. And that's how you're going to be victorious. Yeah, you have Ken and you have Torch here. Yeah, count on those count on your support group. This is a good time for you to stick close to your support group in 2024. So home and hearth is the secret of success for you. All right.
And next we have Star Love Angel, who wants to know how Alias feels about them. Oh, another one who's too afraid to ask.
Yes.
If you're too afraid to ask, do you deserve them?
Yes, and we've talked about this because it really drives somebody crazy. And me too. Because
Really? Because it's so hard to ask somebody?
yeah, because really, if if you're sitting back thinking, how does this person feel about me? Then you're not doing what you need to know for real, which is step forward, say hi. Nice weather we're having. How about them tigers? But I'll still throw a couple of rooms for you.
Just two, eh?
Yep, I said a couple. You know something? Attraction is usually two-way, and it says that show a little confidence here. You are well aspected. You guys come from similar backgrounds. You understand each other. All the more reason for you to step forward and talk to him. Will I get a government job this year?
No. March, April.
Oh, yeah. yeah, pretty much, because you get the ancestor rune, and a lot of times, especially if you're looking at timing, the ancestor rune would be Easter time, March, April, just like you said. Okay, and Yeah. Yes, you will. And there's something about maybe your legacy or something, because there's this feeling of referral around it, and it doesn't feel, it's like, it feels like you're making it harder than it really is in your own mind's eye. So the answer is
It's
yes, and
not.
it's going to be a lot easier than you think.
It's not the department you're expecting, but it will lead to that department in a roundabout way.
So cool, Libra, are you going to culinary school right here in Stratford?
Is it still raining? Bloody hell.
I know. Okay, so what time is it?
9:59.
And I just answered the last question.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, well. You know what else you did? You shrunk down in your chair. We had that camera adjusted for you
Oh,
when you were first sitting in it. There we go. See how nice that looks now?
yes, dear. And thank you, everyone, for your well wishes. And I hope my wrist gets better soon, too. Yeah,
Me too, because she's left-handed.
I know. This is brutal. Once I get to the point where I can put my hands together and hold a pen, I'll be good.
You know, the way I said the scheduling this past week, same job, different place, no pay.
Yep. Yes. He has had to help me out quite a bit. Oh, Suzanne, hope you got my message and you are okay. I am. Thank you, Suzanne.
What message? We got no smoke signals here at all. Done.
She said she'd hope I get better.
Oh,
Yes, and I am okay. Okay. Oh, on Facebook. I will check it out.
alrighty then. Well, let's call it a night.
Okay, and see y'all next week. Remember to tell your friends about us. We're here every Sunday night at 9 p.m.
And there's like 18 shopping days left.
Yes.
I'm a size 2X.